Welcome back to my channel, everybody. This is Kandi, and I wanted to show you guys this morning how I meal prep for work for the week. So as you can see here, I have some frozen hamburgers, and I will buy a hamburger on the weekend, and I will separate them into individual patties and squish them down and freeze them in my Ziploc. As you can tell from my patty shape, I do not care what the patties look like if they're completely round because they all taste the same. I just want to get a thin burger. So this is my favorite meal for during the week to cook at work. So these are raw frozen hamburger patties, and I have something here that is called a Hot Logic, and this is my secret weapon. So I get this on Amazon. I'll put a link below to the Hot Logic, and the Hot Logic comes in this size, which is basically like a little lunchbox size, or it comes in a bigger family size. But I like the lunchbox size because it's perfect for my meals for work. And what this is it plugs in to a regular outlet, and you put your meal inside there, and it will cook it from raw and frozen. Now, depending on what kind you buy, you will get this little container with it to put your food in. I do not cook in this. I always use a glass container. The glass container does have a plastic lid, but it locks on there in place so nothing spills. So this we can save for leftovers or whatever we want to use it for later. It does come with a quick start guide that shows you the things that you can do with it and little cooking tips and tricks. So this particular one that I bought comes with a regular outlet plug-in. They do have some for all you truck drivers out there or people that spend a lot of time on the road that has a plug-in that goes into your cigarette lighter at work, or sorry, into your cigarette lighter in the car. That way you can cook your meals while you're driving around, maybe if you travel for business or whatever, and your meals will be ready. So this is what I do. I'll be right back. Okay, so I get a glass container that has a snap lid that snaps in place. And this is what I'm gonna put on this, inside this lunchbox. This particular black thing right here, this is a heating element, and it just sits inside this lunchbox bag that is insulated. The plug comes out of the back of the lunchbox. The plug comes out of the back of the lunchbox, and it just plugs into your outlet when you're ready to start cooking. So for my favorite meal, it's always hamburger patties. I have never gotten bored of hamburger patties yet. So I have right here, I need to refill it, but it's some Redmond's real salt. And I just put that in the bottom of the container because I want my meat sitting on that salt and absorbing that into the food while it cooks. So I will not defrost this. I throw this in there frozen. If you have a hard time getting these little papers off, you can always run it underwater and it will get it off quite quickly. So depending on how hungry I think I'm gonna be, I'm gonna either do 1 or 2 patties. These are about 1/4 pound patties or maybe 1/3 of a pound patties, depending on how big I make them at the time. Today I'm only gonna do 1. If I do 2, I put the salt underneath, I put the other patty on top, and then salt on top as well. But for just 1 patty, just the salt underneath will be good to go. I do not need any kind of liquid. I'm just gonna snap my lid on, put it in my lunchbox, into my Hot Logic, and zip it up. And then I will plug this into an outlet to cook. So once I plug that in, usually I put the meat in here at home, take it to work, which is about an hour drive, and plug it in as soon as I get to work between 7 and 8 in the morning, and then I'll just eat when I'm hungry. Usually it's between 12:30 and 2 when I finally eat my food. I have eaten it sooner, so it is done within several hours of being in here as long as the food is raw. It will take several hours to cook. You can also use this to put a TV dinner in, like one of those Atkins meals. If you are just doing low carb, those will fit on the inside. You can use it to heat up your Atkins meal, so you don't have to use the microwave at work and waste your time there. I also have cooked raw chicken breast in this. You know, just let it cook for several hours, at least 4 hours for raw chicken breast. This particular chicken breast, I made it one night for supper and cooked it, seasoned it, and I had some leftovers. So instead of just having leftovers in the fridge for us, I decided to individually seal these up so that my husband, when he goes to work, he has a Hot Logic too. He can just put this in a container and defrost it and heat it up in the Hot Logic. One good thing about this Hot Logic is I can leave my hamburger in there all day long and it will not overcook. It's juicy and wonderful. So I highly suggest getting a Hot Logic. You can use it to reheat food that's already cooked. You can use it to defrost and heat up food that's already cooked, TV dinners, or you can use it to cook meat that is raw and frozen, or just raw and not frozen, doesn't matter. You can use this in a lot of different variations. Just choose the way you like to use it. I'll put a link in the description below, and I'll come back later when the hamburger is cooked to show y'all what it looks like. All right, everybody, welcome back. It's been about 4.5 hours since I put my hamburger into the Hot Logic, and I wanted to show you guys the outcome. I've had my Hot Logic plugged in for about 4.5 hours. And I wanted to let you guys see how it cooked the frozen raw ground beef patty. You can see it's very steamy and cooked. And it is very hot. And you can see that that meat is totally cooked and juicy. So this is what I have almost every day at my work. It's hot. Can you see that? Okay. That is what I have almost every day at my work for lunch. And it is good. So I'm going to put the link in the description below to purchase the Hot Logic if you're interested in it. I think it would make a wonderful gift for anybody who's on a health journey. It saves you money because you're not going out to eat. It saves you time because you don't have to worry about wasting your time and heating up your meals at your lunchtime and wasting your hour or 30 minutes. Like I only have 30 minutes, so it does 5 minutes to heat up your food. That's a long time out of 30 minutes. And then it also saves time because you don't have to really do meal prep. You just freeze your burgers on the weekend, pop one open and put it in at work in the morning and you are good to go. So this is it. We're gonna taste test this. And it's good like always. You should get it. All right, I'm gonna get another bite. So, this would make a wonderful gift for anybody, even for yourself. And remember, it even has one that you can buy that will plug into a car for those people who are on the road but still want to eat healthy. Delicious. Whatever way of eating you guys are embarking on, I am here for your journey and I'm wishing you well. And thank you for joining me. Hope to see you next time. And until then, stop eating processed foods.